Hormones play a pivotal role in how much we eat. Some hormones increase our hunger and some suppress it. In a previous video, we discussed how exercise can reduce hunger and also reduce the relative energy intake. Now in this video, we're going to review how exercise influences the hormones that control appetite. Hi, I'm Dr. Edmond Cleeman. I'm an orthopedic surgeon here in New York. I specialize in sports medicine and arthroscopic surgery. Acylated ghrelin is one of the few hormones that we know about that actually stimulates hunger and taking in food. And then there are several hormones that are related to satiety or feeling full and thereby suppress hunger. These include peptide Y, pancreatic peptide, and GLP-1. GLP-1 has become popular in the news recently because of medications like Ozempic, which help with weight loss. And the way that Ozempic works is that it mimics this hormone GLP-1, which helps with increasing satiety and making you feel full. And this helps suppress your wanting to eat or be hungry. And so that's how it works to help try to reduce weight. Other hormones, peptide YY and pancreatic polypeptide, they also work to help reduce someone feeling hungry. And the way that they work is that they slow down gastric emptying. So basically, the food stays around in your stomach longer, making you feel more satiated and full, helping reduce your wanting to eat more. Now that we've learned about hormones that make us more hungry or suppress the feelings of hunger, how does exercise influence these hormones? So there's a meta-analysis that included about 240 people and found that acute exercise suppresses acylated ghrelin levels by up to 16.5% for up to 9 hours after exercise. And then it increases levels of GLP-1 by 13%, increases levels of peptide YY by 9%, and increases pancreatic polypeptide by 15%, and again for up to 9 hours afterwards. So studies like this show us that exercise reduces the hormones that make us hungry and increases the hormones that make us feel fuller and reduce our hunger. So this is a double thumbs up for exercise. We already talked about how the intensity or the type of exercise influences hunger and appetite. So here, let's talk about how they influence the hormones. And studies show that the intensity of exercise does play a role on the hormones. A meta-analysis of 12 studies that included 158 participants looked at different types of intensity exercise. One was high-intensity interval training, one was sprint interval training, and one was a moderate intensity continuous training. And what they found that all of these decreased ghrelin concentrations. Again, so that's the hormone that makes you hungry, so it decreased it. And it increased GLP-1 and polypeptide YY concentrations immediately post-exercise and 30 to 60 minutes post-exercise, all compared to those who were not exercising. Now, comparing more intense exercise to more moderate exercise, this study showed that the more intense interval type of training elicited a greater effect on reducing ghrelin levels immediately post-exercise as well as 30 minutes after exercise compared to just the moderate continuous training. So here we see in a study like this shows us that the more intense exercise we do will have a bigger positive impact on the hormones associated with appetite. And finally, the type of exercise, aerobic or resistance training, also will influence hormones. In a study that we already discussed previously with hunger, we again will look at it here. So again, in this study, they looked at healthy young males and they looked at those who were doing resistance exercise for 90 minutes, when they were doing aerobic exercise for 60 minutes, or control when they were doing just rest. And they found that the ghrelin was suppressed during both resistance and aerobic exercise. So here, both aerobic and resistance training is helpful. Now, the polypeptide YY, which suppresses appetite, so the greatest increase during and after aerobic exercise. So here there might be some benefit to aerobic exercise. And other studies have found that pancreatic polypeptide is also increased either after resistance or aerobic exercise, both types of exercise being beneficial. Let's wrap up this video and go over a few key points. Number one, exercise reduces ghrelin, which is the hormone that makes us more hungry. Number two, exercise increases the hormones that make us feel full or satiated. These are hormones like GLP-1, polypeptide YY, and pancreatic polypeptide. And finally, the intensity or the type of exercise may influence its effect on these hormones that control appetite. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please click the like button below and subscribe. I look forward to seeing you in my next video or in my office.